Welcome to Top List Galore. In today's video, we're going to see 10 famous places that appear in many Instagram photos as perfect places and that make you want to visit them and take your pictures to post also on your social media. But the photos you see on Instagram are all lies, because all of them show these places in their best form, leaving out the worst parts of each of these locations, or that single thing that shows the magic of these places is fake as hell. If you like this video, please subscribe and give it a like down below. Also make sure to turn on those notifications, and please let me know in the comments if you still think it's worth to see these places and take your picture there. The Bali Gates of Heaven in Indonesia seem like a perfect place to take an Instagram picture, but it turns out that all the images you've seen are completely fake. The gates are located in the Pura Lempuyang Leher temple, where many tourists go just to take the same exact photo. There's a great scene behind the doors even without the gimmick, and the hike up there has plenty to do and see as well. But the real picture you've seen are mostly made by a smart guy who puts a mirror under the camera, making it look like there's water in front of the doors. Although some people have said that depending on the season, sometimes the water accumulates in front of the doors, but not to the capacity that is shown in the pictures. It's just a puddle. This lake looks pretty amazing, huh? Well, it's actually toxic. It looks so blue and clean that it looks like it belongs in a tropical area, but it is actually found in Russia and known as the Siberian Maldives. The reason it is blue is due to a chemical reaction between toxic waste elements from a local power plant. Environmentalists warn people not to touch the water as it can cause allergic reactions or chemical burns. And now the power company has sent guards to keep people away. So even if you wanted to take photos of this poison cesspool, you will have to sneak around the guards if you really want to burn your skin off just to get that good picture. If you look at these amazing images, it looks like these people are about to die, and based on this, they can get amazing images that go viral. But in reality, they are just on a rock that is 1 meter above the ground. This incredible landscape is located in Petra do Telegrafo in Brazil, and has obviously become a very famous tourist spot to see who can create the most unique way to pretend to die for those Instagram likes. I must say that the way the rock is placed on the cliffside overlooking the beach and water is really amazing, and the first person to see this now must be pissed off that Instagram didn't exist back then, as it could have made them very famous. If you've ever seen these photos of the Mannequin Pierce statue in Brussels, Belgium, you probably thought that it was quite large and it would be easy to get a good photo with it. Maybe even stand next to it and pretend like you're peeing with it. But it's all a sham, since the statue is actually really small, only 2 feet tall, and is located on a wall behind a railing. Also, it must be quite annoying trying to walk this street with all the tourists taking the pictures right in front of it. The pyramids of Egypt are wonders of the world, and most of the images you see of them on Instagram make it look like you're in the middle of the desert, that you had to travel long distances on the back of a camel to get there. But in reality, it turns out that they are very close to the capital of Cairo, since they are located on the outskirts of the city. If you look at these images looking the other way, you can really see what the landscape looks like there. Not as majestic as you originally thought, huh? To be honest, the only thing that ruins this is the idea of having an amazing trip to get to the pyramids, as they still look spectacular and impressive. The Taj Mahal is another place similar to the pyramids of Egypt, as that also seems to be a somewhat desolate area and is extremely clean. The photos you can get here can be spectacular and can make you look like a prince or princess. However, the reality is very sad. As soon as you enter the Taj Mahal terrain, you will be captivated by cleanliness and luxury. But on the way there, you will see tons of garbage and human droppings, as this place is located right next to the city of Agra in India, which has a population of more than 1.5 million people. And sadly, India does not have the cleanest roads or the best sewage system. But once inside, you can ignore everything that is outside and pretend to live the dream. All the areas mentioned on this list will have the horrible experience of having to deal with a ton of tourists. But in this item, I include all those Instagram locations that have no other problem beside the large number of people. Like the Great Wall of China, the Mona Lisa in the museum, and the Little Mermaid in Copenhagen. The images you have on Instagram of these locations look empty, as if no one ever visited them. Or as if the Instagrammer told everyone to get out of the way. Don't you know how many followers I have? Let me take my picture. Or maybe they just photoshopped the people out. But the reality is that people are everywhere. They are ruining your photos and they will make you take hundreds of them. But if the photos are for Instagram, you were already planning to take a ton, so I guess it doesn't really make a difference. You don't see many Instagram photos of the top of Mount Everest, as very few people actually go up and down the mountain. But the few images you see make it seem like there's room to dance there and stretch out. It seems that the summit is quite large and you can walk on it. But in reality, the summit is only an area of 6 feet by 9 feet that is mostly filled with trash from other past climbers. The other thing is that you should take photos pretty quickly, as there are people waiting behind you to take their own photos, and at that point, you and they won't last long, so you have to move. However, this is the best Instagram picture. You can beat anyone else with it. Oh yes, and also let's not forget all the corpses that are on the mountain, including the ones used as landmarks along the way. If you look at these first two images, you would think that Mount Rushmore is much bigger, or that you can get much closer than you actually can in real life. These images are edited to make the forest faces seem really close to the person, but when we step back, we can see that this is not the case. The faces are still huge, and the work that was done to do this is incredible, but the mountain is a little further from the viewing area than many Instagram images show. At number 1, we have a ton of places that have been very popular on Instagram in the past, and if you see them, it might make you believe that you can still go and take pictures there. But unfortunately, these places don't exist anymore. The Blue Window in Malta unfortunately collapsed in 2017, and this place even appeared in Game of Thrones. And also the Dead Sea is shrinking, so you might not be able to take pictures there for long. The amount of images taken from these two areas are incredible, but now they are gone or they will soon disappear. As you can see, there's no need to be jealous of the people who visit these famous places, because at the end of the day, they are not as magical as the photos make them look. And especially because they are famous, it is the reason why these places will fill up with people and you will not be able to enjoy the place at all. Well, that's unless you go to these places just to get the Instagram picture. Then go and get in with a crowd and hope to be able to get a good picture, because that's all you have. Thanks for watching this video. See you next time.